Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So for today's boss of King Croaker, we're going to be using the infographic made by the Yapala Discord. The reason for this is because there are a multitude of teams depending on if you have one copy of Saida, if you have built Saida, if you don't have Saida. And so to make sure that we cover every single top team option, we need to go through this infographic and talk through it. And also there are differing charm lineups depending on which, for example, team you're using. So in the beginning, we're going to go through the free-to-play, basically, Galahad team. And if you don't have Gala, then you'll just have to run the non-Gala team I showed in the previous week for King Croaker. There hasn't been any update to that. These are all the Gala teams, basically. So the free-to-play Gala team that is working at one copy of Saida. Now, if you have one copy of Saida, you want to run this team using that one copy of Saida in front of Gala. Is blue turn on the right, pink turn on the left, smoky Gala on the stellar bond, Mehira behind Gala with the star bless spell. If you have one copy of Saida, then you want to run this team and have the eagle charms on the twins. So eagle charms on the twins if you're running this team with one copy of Saida. If you don't have Saida and you want to run this team, you're going to use Thoran in front of Gala. And in that case, you can try the sorcery charms on the twins. You can also try eagle and see which is better for you. Now the other team here is a Pesto team. So you have, if you have Pesto built, real Pesto in front of pink twin, illusion behind Gala, blue twin on the right, Thoran in front of the smoky, and Gala also on the stellar bond with the star as well. This team will have all heroes on standard charms. So if you look at the top here, it shows the standard charms of all of the heroes. So you're going to have sorcery on the twins, recovering on smoky, blast on Gala, and sorcery on the Pesto. Thoran, he can run blast charms, he can run bear charms. It doesn't really matter. Just give him the mythic charm quality bonus. And then you have this. This is a Gala Bael team. This is going to be blue turn on the right, pink turn on the left. You have Gala and Smokey on the stellar bond, Thoran in front of Gala, and then Bael behind the Gala. Now, as for the heroes, again, they're going to be running their standard charms inside onto the Bael. However, there you see the shadow Bael, which is Bael behind Smoky. You can also try that positioning, but if you're going to use that alternative positioning of Bael behind Smoky rather than behind Gala, then you want to run the eagle charms on the twins as you see here. Equip eagle charms on twins when Bael is in the alt position, which is behind the Smoky. So that is if you're going to want to run this team. Now, if you have Saida, you can run these two teams over here, but this is if you have a built-up Saida. As you're seeing here, this is not really recommended if you have a one copy of Saida. Probably you're just better off sticking to this team over here, the Gala Bael team that we've already shown. But if you have Saida built up, you can run either of these team formations. There's one Pesto team and there's one Bael team. So the Pesto team is real Pesto behind Gala and illusion in front of Gala. Blue turn on the right, pink turn on the left, Smoky and Gala on the stellar bond, Saida in front of Smoky with star bless spell. But this will want a built up Saida, built up Pesto. This is one option. If you have built up Saida, built up Bael, you can run this team. This is blue turn on the right, pink turn on the left, Smoky and Gala on the stellar bond, Saida in front of Smoky and Bael behind Gala with the star bless spell. Okay, now, if you have Alicet, this is good news for you because there's a pretty good budget-friendly Alicet team just using Thoran that is doing very well. And this is pink turn on the right, blue turn on the left, Gala only on the stellar bond, Hugin in front of Gala, Thoran in front of the pink twin, Alicet behind the Gala with the star bless spell. This is just a really simple team. All the heroes basically on standard charms, so that will be Alicet on arcane charms, Hugin on the blast charms, the other heroes we've already basically mentioned. And then you can do really well with this team. And by the way, Saida is on the blast charms. Even in the one copy, you're going to run Saida with the blast charms as you see here. Okay, now if you have Talene, this can even work at one copy of Talene, okay? So this is blue turn on the right, pink turn on the left, Smoky and Gala on the stellar bond. Talene in front of Gala, Mehira behind the Smoky. Now this will want to have Mehira built up. Mehira is running the Mystic Charms as always. This will want to have it built up like Supreme plus Mehira. One copy of Talene can work. Talene will want to have the Healer Charms so she can resurrect quicker. And otherwise though, this is a really good team. And it can hit even up to 749 billion damage. This is a very solid team. But it needs to have Mehira built. Okay, now the top teams of today, they're the Alicet Saida teams. So the team number 1. You only run this if you have Saida Supreme Plus, a built-up Saida. So for the built-up Saida players, Saida and Hugin up in the front, pink turn on the right, blue turn on the left, Gala on the stellar bond behind Hugin, and Alicet behind Gala. And this was actually a team modification come up with by Marius GMB, but the other credits for these teams go to Riquette, Steer, Frosty, and Becky. But basically here you have it. The other alternate formation you can try is moving pink turn up in the upper right, like here in the shadow form, like pink turn over here. or pink trim behind Saida. These are the two different formations you can try if you have a built-up Saida. If you have one copy of Saida, you should run this team over here, team number 2. This is Saida up front, Hugin in front of Gala, and now pink Thoran on the left, blue Thoran on the right, Galahad behind the Gala. So it's not a really, it doesn't look like a meaningful difference, but this is the comp you want to run if you have a one copy of Saida. If you have a one copy of Saida, you use version 2, which is this team over here with Starblast Ball. And again, just to recap the charms, generally speaking, the top charms for all the heroes are going to be on the top bar. Okay guys, so if you don't have Galahad, this is going to be the top team you want to run. Blue Thoran on the right, pink Thoran on the left, Mehira and Ludovic on the Stellar Bond, Thoran in front of Ludovic, Pandora in front of the Mehira. There's a no Galahad free-to-play team. Instead onto Ludovic, Butcher onto Mehira, Sorcerer on the Twins, Bearer onto Thoran are optimal, and then Blast Charms onto Pandora with the Aerostorm spell. Now, don't expect that this is going to be getting you anywhere close to the Gala teams out there because there's a big score gap between Gala and no Gala. However, if you don't have Gala, for whatever reason you were not able to build her up, then this is going to be a good budget, basically free-to-play team out there. Now, there is some RNG in this team. I remember in the previous week, I had to run it a couple of times to actually get my true score. However, I do think probably having the Bearer Charms onto Thoran to increase his survival might make it a little bit more consistent, and so that's kind of why they are recommended. But it could also just be down to, like, you know, the Pandora killing your own team, which you don't want to happen. Yeah, it's looking good, looking like we're going to get a good score right off the bat. 5 seconds left. Can we have 490 billion? Ooh, okay, so 501, almost 502 billion. And there we have it. So definitely, I mean, this is the free-to-play no-Gala team you want to run. Do have the Bearer Charms on the Thoran. That could improve the survival. Other heroes, standard charms. Okay, so now we are going to be running with the top team, getting the top scores of today. This is the modification made by Mars GMB to the original Rickettsia Frosty Becky team. This is pink Thoran on the right, blue Thoran on the left, Gala on the Stellar Bond, Hugin in front of Gala, Galahad behind Gala, Saida in front of pink Thoran. Now, this is only working if you have the built-up Supreme plus Saida. Otherwise, you have to run the other comp formation version number 2, which you showed in the infographic. This is the Starblast spell. You have the Arcane Charms onto Galahad, Blast onto Galahad, Sorcery on the Twins, Blast onto Hugin, and then Blast onto Saida. Let's go ahead and run this team a few times and try to get our top score. Now, the thing is, the top reported score of today is 752 billion. Okay guys, we did get a new record, 751 billion damage, but there is a lot of RNG on this team. I mean, it really just needs the stars to align in order to get that 752 billion damage score. So guys, we're going to call it that. Hopefully you're able to get a top score with one of the teams today. I know the infographic may not be the ideal way of demonstrating all the teams, but because there's so many different versions, depending on which heroes you have, one copy of Saida or not, I think it is important to just do that overview on the infographic. And then we did show in actual battle the free-to-play no-Gala team, and then the overall top pay-to-win team of today. So hopefully you're able to get a top score today. If there's any other team formation that worked for you, feel free to share that in the comment section. That is always much appreciated. But thank you guys all so much for watching this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment. You can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link, make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.